Odisha is a very leading state in terms of certain items of agricultural produce. We have a lot of natural resources, mines, metals, minerals, ports and legacy industries. In fact, we have great academic institutions, large number of R&D institutions in Odisha. We have legacy, traditional craft, art and culture, tourism. And when the young boys and girls of Odisha are trying to solve these problems, duly supported by the ecosystem players, this presents a very unique opportunity in front of the entrepreneurs and the startups, which is unlike any other state in this nation. The advantage Odisha, as I said, is in terms of large pool of talent, policy driven state, a good and very exciting ecosystem. Odisha Startup and Innovation Policy 2016, which is best in class, large number of incubators, and most importantly kind of critical mass that has been achieved by the stakeholders. This places Odisha in a very advantageous position in the startup ecosystem in the entire state. The Odisha Startup and Innovation Policy is best in class. It offers grants and incentives to the startups, which is very exciting. We also support establishment of incubators. We work very closely with the stakeholders, academia, R&D institutions as nodal agencies. So, we have been able to involve all the stakeholders together. We are trying to capitalize the entire ecosystem that is available with us. These incentives that are available to the startups are easily delivered to them. Most importantly, Startup Odisha is a very conducive organization, and that is how the government of India, DPIIT, has adjudged us as a top performer state in the state startup ranking framework. We have best incentives, we have best and conducive business environment, we have world class educational institutions, we have all sorts of stakeholders around us, and that is how we are in a position to offer anything and everything that is required to nurture a startup ecosystem in any state. The domain of the startup that we have largest share of IT and knowledge led startups, followed by agriculture and food produce, food and beverages, followed by art, culture, handicraft, textile, tourism. These are the domains where Odisha is very strong. In any case, when the startups and entrepreneurs, if they try to solve the problem of a state ecosystem, a market driven product and startups, so they get the incentives, they get the market and they solve our real problem, and that is how to get the consumers and market readily within the state. That is where we offer the best opportunity. As far as our startups is scaling up and competing in the rest of the world, because of large participation of the government and the people at large in fintech sector, agriculture, food processing and tourism, art and culture, the entire offering and product that startups of Odisha are offering are people centric, and therefore they can get access to the world market as such. We are working closely with the ecosystem players. On one hand, we are registering, recognizing and incentivizing startup ecosystem. We are also helping incubators to strengthen their base. We have 28 incubators as of now, but we are going to increase their numbers. We are going to incentivize and motivate the academic institutions all across the Odisha to establish incubators and run them. So that way we will have a very great incubation infrastructure across the state who will recruit the startups, nurture the startup and help us achieve that mandate, that goal that we have. Apart from that, we have R&D institution, technology institution. We are using their domain expertise as a mentor, as an expert organization who helps our startup ecosystem in any case. We are also trying to create an investment ecosystem in this state. We are trying to network people so that they become angel investors. we are trying to create a sensitization all across Odisha, so that the people who have little surplus money with them, they can network together and make available their networked income to which can be invested in the startup ecosystem. That way we will have mentors, academic institutions, state is a very progressive state, policy driven state, startups solving our local problem, they will have market within the state. We are trying to create a kind of participative investment system through the angel investment ecosystem all across the Odisha. That way we are putting together all the parameters, all the essentials of startup ecosystem, duly supported by the government of Odisha. You know that the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha has given us the mandate to rise to the top 3 startup ecosystem, and we are working towards that. Very recently, we are creating mass sensitization, Startup Yatra 2.0, whether it is Fund Stack 2.0, Hall of Fame or Startup Express. All these initiatives are, one hand to sensitize the young boys and girls, other hand to bring the investor ecosystem in the state. That way we are taking all the strides, all the steps to become one of the leading top startup destinations in the entire country. We are going to showcase the startup prowess of the state in front of the people coming from all across the globe. Norway, Germany and Japan are the country partners for this MIU 2022. Apart from that, large number of ambassadors, head of the commercial consulates from embassies are coming. Industry leaders from all across the country and rest of the world are coming. Industry associations are participating in a big way. Investors, angel investor, venture capitalists, such other stakeholders are also participating in this MIU. And when all sorts of people are participating in this MIU, we are positioning Startup Odisha in a big way in a plenary hall, in a thematic session, Startup Odisha, a paradigm shift. We are going to have more than 2,000 ecosystem players, startup founders, investors, leaders from academia, industry, mentors, all sorts of people will be participating in these sessions that we are conducting, and that will also be observed and seen by and participated by large number of ecosystem players from all across the world. This presents a great opportunity for us to showcase the prowess that we have, brand ourselves, to draw enough and educate attention from the ecosystem players who will later on engage and indulge with our startup ecosystem, and that is how the Startup Odisha and startups of Odisha will gain out of MIU 2022.